Hey, as you may already know, I have a book, well, an ebook, available on Kindle Books, Amazon, called FASCINATE. You can't see the subtitle, but FASCINATE Twisted Poems for the Depraved. It's £1.47, so go buy it. Anyway, I wrote the book, I have the t-shirt. Yes. If you go to the amazon.co.uk, obviously there are other Amazons available, but if you go to the British one, you'll find the look inside. So you can read some of the poems for free. And I thought I would read the free poems now. So that's what I'm going to do. Bulimia. Probably read this poem more than any other poem, but anyway, bulimia. The most beautiful thing is the change ring, the power to be who you are, suspenders and stockings and bra, a chainsaw orgasm in a broken down car, the power to play every inch of the day and go just that little bit far, straight to extreme where the air makes you scream as it pushes your heart through your lungs, and every sweet kiss, so tender, so bliss, demands the delinquence of tongues. Do you know who I am? Said the corpse in the pram, as with your pale fingers you push out its eyes, and then there is pain as your drool drips like rain, as from its limp body she cries. With a shudder of joy you destroy your best toy, smash out its mind on the wall, and then there is gore that drips from the whore, forming an eloquent pool. The birds of ill omen sip at their cider, closing their legs then opening wider, and the chainsaw melody stops as the knife from your fingers just drops. Epidemic. When deadly diseases fly by sneezes and people fly by plane, it only takes a week or two, then very few remain. It's hard to be terrified at every little cough. It's hard to see your loved ones die as bits of them fall off. It's hard to find you're all alone, last human in your city, but joy returns quick to your heart when greeted by a kitty. The evil of the yo-yo. Children slave on strings, the yo-yo is their master, tells them when to move, and then it tells them faster. Nice little short one. Eye Candy 2.0. It may be 2044 when the woman you adore is assembled by a machine on a polished factory floor. She's exactly what you wanted, what you asked the website for. She reminds you of that girl you knew and fucks you like a whore. But there's always more. Candy's an accomplished cook, perfection on a plate, but your dinner starts to taste peculiar on the days that you are late. She doesn't like Wendy. A little jealousy is cute, but you have to think it's gone too far when Wendy's found in Candy's car unconscious and tightly bound amidst the shopping in the boot. Of course, you ignore the problem because the sex is great, and the literature assures you she's not capable of hate. But one evening when upon you in a state of pure gyrate, she puts her hands about your neck and seals your sorry fate. If you look on the American Amazon, Amazon.com, obvious, there is a review of my book by somebody who, I don't think they mention it in the review, but they told me personally that Eye Candy 2.0 is their favourite of my poems. Yeah, that's a good one. The Moths Cometh Prelude. I think you have to buy the book to actually get The Moths Cometh, but The Moths Cometh Prelude. The moths cometh, so be you taught, of little things with little thought, for anything except their own, within your corpse they'll make their home. So, if you like that, buy the book, and then you can read The Moths Cometh, as opposed to The Moths Cometh Prelude. Orchard of Cacophony. In the orchard of cacophony, beneath an apple tree, sat amidst the bluebells the creature Poetry. Her eyes are supernovas orbiting black holes, and her pretty nails are painted with the blood of tortured souls. There, in her hand, gently held a ladybug. She smiles as she squishes it and signs it with love. Awoken. There's quite a lot of shorter poems at the start of the book, and I think most of my really long ones are nearer the end of the book, which is why you're getting quite a lot of the smaller ones. Awoken. Early bird develops a headache and goes back to bed by mid-afternoon. Besides, night owls don't eat worms. Flush. God, I'm trying to remember where I first... This was published in some crappy book. But now it's published in my book, so that's better. Anyway, Flush. She enters the room to unfamiliar faces, walls covered in pictures in places. She pulls up her skirts and sits schizophrenically down, lace around her ankles, room with a loo. That poem is about a toilet in a building that used to be full of performance artists. Basically, a friend of mine lived there, and I would go round and haunt the place. The guy who actually owned the house did seem to think I was a ghost. But anyway, they had this... There was like two toilets. One was in, if I remember rightly, I think there was two toilets. One was in the same room as the bath, and the other one was this little box room, and all it had in it was a toilet, except the door and all the walls had pictures of people staring at you. Most of them in makeup of, dramatic theatre darling type stuff. So it was this really, especially as I was quite often a bit drunk when I was there. So I'd go around, see my mate, get pissed, go to the toilet, and then you've got all these faces staring at you. So that's what Flush is about. It's about a toilet, as you would expect, but it's it's based on a real... Yes. Anyway, Paradox. Now, I wrote Paradox when I was 17, so one of my earlier works. Anyway. I know a paradox, she's beautifully insane. She has many personalities and yet she has no brain. A complex simplicity, an angel born in hell. With complimentary insults, I know her far too well. A world-victorious loser, a winner of defeat. Without her contradictions, she would not be complete. She works out exactly what she should be doing with her life, and then she does the opposite, just like a twisted knife. And although she could achieve so much glory if she tried, somewhere in the corner is where she'll always hide. Right. And the last of the poems that Amazon has decided to give you for free, and I'm reading to you today, is Zombie. which is one of my favourites. Bulimia is also another of my favourites, but you know, it's more important what ones you like best because you're the one hopefully paying for them. But yeah. Zombie. Undead redhead, really hot. He should be head, but cannot. He keeps in chains his sex-slave zombie, feeds her brains he gains quite grimly. And when at last policeman knocks, undead redhead he unlocks. I think I might do that one again, just because I think I built it up too much and then messed it up slightly. Okay, zombie. Undead redhead, really hot. He should be head but cannot. He keeps in chains his sex slave zombie, feeds her brains he gains quite grimly. And when at last policeman knocks, undead redhead he unlocks. Yeah. See, I know that one off by heart because I like it. Try doing bulimia off by heart. It's been a while. I certainly used to be able to. The most beautiful thing is the change ring, the power to be who you are, suspenders and stockings and bra, a chainsaw orgasm in a broken down car, the power to play every inch of the day and go just that little bit far, straight to extreme where the air makes you scream as it pushes your heart through your lungs, and every sweet kiss, so tender, so bliss, demands the delinquents of tongues. Do you know who I am? Said the corpse in the pram, as with your pale fingers you push out its eyes, and then there is pain as your drool drips like rain, as from its limp body she cries. With a shudder of joy you destroy your best toy, smash out its mind on the wall, and then there is gore that drips from the whore, forming an eloquent pool. The birds of ill omen sip at their cider, closing their legs, then opening wider, and the chainsaw melody stops as the knife from your fingers just drops. Anyway, it's only £1.47. So if you liked some of these free poems, please buy the book, and I hope you like some of the ones you have to pay for. If you're my friend, buy the fucking book because it's cheaper than buying me a pint of beer. And next time I actually see you in a pub, I will buy you a drink. Yeah, cool. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. I'm 37, I don't have to be down with the kids.